c'est le reportage au Grand Théâtre de Genève de Gianluca Agosta.
Christina, Véronica et Natalia au chant sont hébergées par le Grand Théâtre de Genève. Elles préparent ensemble un spectacle autour de l'œuvre de Tristan et Isolde.
It was wonderful, but a little bit less will be extraordinaire. Humblement, j'essaye juste d'apporter ce que je connais, c'est-à-dire ce que j'aime de faire avec la danse et comment construire un spectacle ensemble.
Hello, welcome to my ballet vlog. Let's start with how I arrived in Geneva and began working at the Grand Theatre. This is a report from the Grand Théâtre de Genève. We are preparing a performance of Tristan and Isolde with other artists. In addition, Joël Bouvier, the choreographer of Tristan and Isolde, is creating a separate dance piece just for us, the newly arrived performers, set to Wagner's music. As she says, I try to bring into the dance what I know and love, and create the performance together. Here we're rehearsing on our own, without the choreographer to run through the steps and remember the order of movements. Joël Bouvier is a renowned Swiss choreographer working in the French-speaking cultural scene. She created the choreography of the ballets Tristan and Isolde and Romeo and Juliet at the Grand Theatre of Geneva, as well as many other works known for their emotional expressiveness, drama, and passion. It was incredibly inspiring to work with her, and it's a huge honor that she created a separate number just for us. I had the opportunity to work with her personally, both on the main production and on this separate number, which was a unique experience and a great inspiration. Her productions are full of lyricism, emotional depth, and powerful feeling, and Wagner's music truly comes to life through her choreography. During rehearsals, Joël paid close attention to every detail. Before joining the Grand Theatre, I worked in France, dancing Swan Lake every day, so working with contemporary ballet is especially interesting for me. I really enjoy Joël's productions. I love this kind of modern dance.
L'histoire, elle est formidable, parce que même si c'est un conte, même si c'est une légende, c'est quelque chose qui nous forge. C'est un peu comme les grandes tragédies. Et bien, je pense que cette histoire de Tristan et Isolde, c'est une histoire qui nous parle à tous. Le roi, je savais que je voulais des mouvements qui soient à la fois dans la force physique, parce que c'est un être à part, c'est celui qui est tout au-dessus, et puis en même temps, c'est quelqu'un qui est complètement broyé, il est blessé à mort. Wagner, ça peut être effrayant si on n'a pas l'habitude. Mais moi, qui suis vraiment un spectateur lambda, j'ai pris tout ce qu'il y avait de mieux. Réellement, j'ai pris tout ce qui était beau. Je pense que si vous prenez des éléments de cette musique où ça part vraiment dans la puissance, vous ne pouvez pas être avec cette puissance. Je veux dire, c'est un orchestre philharmonique, c'est des chanteurs exceptionnels, c'est des prises de son admirables. Vous ne pouvez pas rivaliser, c'est pas possible. Donc j'ai pris des moments quand même très intenses et j'ai essayé de travailler dans la même intensité, mais physiquement. Et donc on a travaillé vraiment sur des portées dans l'idée d'avaler l'autre, de prendre sa chair et de la mettre en soi, de devenir un. Et ça, dans une intensité plutôt lente. Parce que je savais que si je commençais à courir et que j'essayais d'être dans le rythme, on en mourrait.
Let's take a look backstage, into the part of the theatre that usually remains hidden from the audience. The Grand Theatre works a little differently from many other companies. We rehearse each production for over a month, and then go into a long run of premieres and performances. And now, one of my favorite moments in the performance. This is the BFM Theatre, the Grand Theatre's second stage. Guest ballet companies perform here, while at the main Grand Theatre only the Geneva company dances. We're on this stage because Isolde could fly on a rope. The main theatre doesn't have such support, so the performances take place here. And here is a bit from my Noetic rehearsals. It was incredibly interesting to rehearse with Stefan Lux. And a bit from the opera La Juive on the theatre's main stage. And today we are performing our number again at the Grand Theatre. Last time it was in the theatre's rehearsal studio, and now on the main stage. Look at this solemn and incredibly beautiful atmosphere. This is what we are stepping into today. Afterwards, we'll have the Le Cercle dinner with the Grand Theatre sponsors and benefactors. It includes well-known families in Geneva, mostly bankers and patrons who support the theatre and take part in the annual gala dinner. I met very interesting people here. And here are my photos from rehearsal. And after the performance, what a gorgeous bouquet! Now we're back to rehearsing Noetic. Here's a part from the ballet. We're working with Stefan Lux from Canada. It was truly interesting to collaborate with him. He's an incredible professional. I filmed a little, but of course I couldn't capture the most challenging part because I was too focused on the work itself. And now comes a very interesting moment. We actually have to learn a text by Jason Silva. It's about how understanding comes from seeing connections, how nature, consciousness, technology and the universe mirror each other. It's a kind of poetic philosophy that expands your imagination. You'll see the rehearsal of this text now, and at the end of the vlog I'll tell you more about it.
To understand perceived patterns, now of course this means that true comprehension comes when the dots are revealed and you can see the dots' long view and you see the big picture. This is the idea about patterns, recurring patterns from certain scales of reality in Michael Stamets. It talks about the mycelial archetype and how the information sharing systems that comprise the internet look exactly like the computer models of dark matter in the universe, look exactly like the neurons in our brain. They all share the same intertwined filamental structure. It's the rise of networkism as big data. Advocates talk about how man-made systems are looking exactly like natural systems, and the more we can measure, the more we can visualize, the more it expands our consciousness by seeking these recurring patterns across scales of reality. It blows my mind, and I think that technology increasingly is becoming an expander of human consciousness. It expands our thought, creation, vision, and revealing so much more. It's like, whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Jeffrey West from the Santa Fe Institute is telling us that cities are really like organisms, alleys are like capillaries. How is it possible that a man-made, artificial, technological system is behaving like a natural system? The more efficient it becomes, the more it starts to look like nature. Really interesting, weird stuff.
Let me show you where I spent the summer. Living in a stunning villa in Geneva, right on the lake. I did my ballet classes directly on the water. It was incredible. During my vacation, I could spend entire days enjoying this amazing place, swimming, reading, relaxing, and practicing ballet. I had a private house on the estate, and when I was working, I woke up to these views in the morning and returned from work to the same breathtaking beauty. I've never seen villas like this, even in films. Simply unbelievable. And look what else I was doing. During my class, a family of swans came up to me, and I fed them a croissant. Or this is how my workouts went at the villa. Here's a little moment from today. I just jumped a bit after giving a ballet class to the little ballerinas. Today, we are watching Bijar Ballet Lausanne. Tonight they're performing Hamlet and Bijar et nous. Bijar Ballet Lausanne is a world-famous company from Lausanne, founded by Maurice Bijar, who completely changed the world of dance. Their style mixes classical and contemporary ballet, with powerful storytelling and unforgettable choreography. Filming isn't allowed, but that's not a problem because I added a clip from their official promo to the vlog, and the cast is exactly the same as in the live performance. I noticed so many familiar movements. They remind me of working with Andrei Mercury from the Bolshoi Theater when he staged the Scream with us in Odessa. The music was incredible too. I immediately thought of Max Richter, just like in the Scream. And it turned out it really was Max Richter. I really love this style of ballet, how it combines classical technique, point work, and contemporary movements while still keeping a strong classical foundation. And the theater itself is amazing. BFM is so stylish and industrial, all in pipes, and looks spectacular in the evening. It's really an extraordinary place for ballet.
Даже стиль в этом.
Here is my look today. That's it for tonight. Right now, we are at the Grand Theatre for an open rehearsal. We get to watch the ballet class of the dancers I worked with and the incredible ballet Mirage. I went to the premiere before, but of course filming wasn't allowed. Now at the rehearsal we can finally film.
Two legs in the air. To go left. Glissade, I repeat, assemblée. Glissade, assemblée. Chassé front, assemblée. Changement, changement. Glissade, assemblée. Coupé. Ballonné. Chassé croisé, assemblée. Coupé. Temps de flèche. Ready?
It's a pity I didn't start vlogging earlier. I could have recorded myself here with the class back then. But it's really great that I started vlogging anyway. I love being able to share the things I enjoy. In the class, some dancers are stronger in classical technique, while others are less strong. But here in Grand Theatre, in contemporary, everyone is truly excellent. Being great in classical doesn't automatically mean being the best in contemporary, and vice versa.
Let's do it again.
But of course, there are dancers who are excellent in both.
Free. Music. Free. Lick. Beautiful. And out, out, out. Music. Next move, prepare for the left. Beautiful, Zoe. Ok. To go. 1, 2. Parcouru. Jeté. Parcouru. Assemblé. Relevé. Or options. Step here. And we go. Piqué. Piqué. Tomber. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Start well in the corner, guys. And back. Stay. Come back on stage.
And my favorite part of the class,
Let's go!
pas de chat.
Goodbye, bye, bye. Thank you, dancers. Thank you, Tina. And also, thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Tina.
Sit first, then do a mark through with my beautiful voice counting, and then you will be able to see the run of the section. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count you in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And going over yourself. Look at joints. Reaching far away. Beautiful. And Julio. And Stephanie. Very nice. Keep listening to each other, even in silence. Yeah, let's see for the, yes. And go ahead. And arm.
to a whole new, infinitely open horizon. Whereas we imagine increasingly, so it becomes. As David Deutsch said, we are shrinking the lag time between what we can imagine and what we can create. We are reaching a kind of infinite velocity where everything becomes linked with everything else and matter becomes mind. I'm thinking of Arthur C. Clarke when he said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. We have always said that children are born genius, full of imagination, and then society with its constrictions and limiting beliefs squeezes the brave, reckless gods that live inside of us and forces us into compliance, forces us into becoming cogs in the machine. Ironically, the machines of love and grace that we are giving rise to are going to free the spirit realms beyond the infinite. A Cambrian explosion of mind and creativity where everything and anything becomes possible. The imagination is summoning its own literalization.
Avant que tout le monde ne parte, je vais juste vous dire que dans une demi-heure, à 14h30, il y a le concert du cœur avec des extraits de Madame Butterfly, de l'Italienne à Alger, de Tannhäuser. C'est dans 25 minutes, ici même, et il y aura même, je pense, le cœur.
And guess what? I wanted to win the Grand Theatre back. I've been using my Palais Garnier bag from Paris all this time, and finally I have my GTG back. But the funniest thing is that my mom won theater tickets, which are really expensive. There was a huge queue for the prizes, and most people just won little chocolates. After the open rehearsal, we get to explore the costume studio, try on some of the costumes and headpieces from the productions, and dive into the backstage of the Grand Theatre.
Может, мне тоже померить что-то?
Oops, someone just fell. Let it stay in my vlog. I couldn't resist trying this gorgeous headpiece.
Наоборот, надо.
Remember, I promised earlier in the vlog to come back to the text you saw from Jason Silva. He said, "To understand is to perceive patterns." True comprehension comes when the dots are revealed and you can see the big picture. Patterns recur across different scales of reality. Paul Stamets talks about the mycelial archetype and how the information sharing systems that make up the internet look exactly like computer models of dark matter in the universe, or like the neurons in our brain. They all share the same interwoven, filament-like structure. Technology, he says, is becoming a tool to expand human consciousness. It helps us see more, think more, imagine more. Once blind, now we can see. The more we notice these patterns, the more possibilities open up. The adjacent possible, as Steven Johnson calls it, all the ways the present can reinvent itself. It's a lot to take in, but it really makes you reflect. Seeing these recurring patterns everywhere, in nature, in cities, in networks, in ourselves, gives a bigger perspective on life and the connections around us. And I think vlogs in general can do something similar. They let us see how other people live. Not a scripted story, but a real, personal story. Seeing life through someone else's perspective can expand our understanding, show us new possibilities, or simply make us think differently. It's like a window into someone else's world, where every life is its own story, and every person is the narrator. So, I created this vlog to give a glimpse into my world, maybe something you haven't noticed before. It's like a little film of memories, a record of how I worked, lived, and experienced this period of my ballet life here at the Grand Theatre in Geneva. And in this vlog, there's also a lot of philosophy and reflection. Ballet life can be the kind of life that gives ground for deep thoughts about life, and it can reveal so many new things. I hope you enjoyed this little journey and maybe it opened a new perspective. Every day offers an opportunity to see something new, and I'm glad to share a glimpse of my world.
Thank you.